India will have a new Sukhoi Su-30 MKI fighter aircraft squadron based in Thanjavur in the state of Tamil Nadu, which is in the south of India. Air Chief Marshal RKS Bhaduria of Indian Air Force stated, "In Thanjavur, we're forming a new Su-30 squadron that will primarily have a maritime role. They'll be part of the Southern Air Command and will add huge capacity from the point of view of operational capability." He added, "It will also have offensive and defensive roles." IAF tweeted, #Resurrection. Choo 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 Squadron, the Tiger Sharks, got resurrected today with state-of-the-art Su-30 MKI multi-role fighter aircraft. Raised on 15 September 69 with Su-7, the squadron was later equipped with #MiG-27 ground attack aircraft prior to getting number-plated in 2011. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh will be present for the induction ceremony, which will take place on the 20th of January. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why India's new Sukhoi Su-30 MKI fighter squadron, armed with BrahMos, will be one of the biggest deterrents against the Chinese Navy. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. China has stepped up its underwater forays in the Indian Ocean region, IOR, especially in the Bay of Bengal. The frequency of submarine patrols by the People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, has increased significantly in the last few years. Chinese ships have often been spotted gathering information in the Bay of Bengal. This indicates that China wants to expand its sphere of influence in these waters like it's done in the South China Sea. Chinese Navy has been expanding fast, and its warships are getting better. Its latest class of destroyer, Type 055, is an example of China's growing naval might. Sukhoi Su-30 MKI is the backbone of the Indian Air Force, and it has around 200 of these. It's a twin-seater, twin-engine fighter, developed by Russian aircraft maker Sukhoi, and licensed built in India by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL. It has abilities similar to the Sukhoi 35, with which it shares many features and components. Su-30 MKI is a multi-role fighter capable of executing both air-to-air and air-to-land attack missions. It's interesting to note that the MKI version of Su-30 includes Israeli and French avionics. For example, the aircraft is fitted with a French-made heads-up display system, and Israelis-made electronic warfare system, and an advanced targeting pod. A squadron of Su-30 MKI will consist of 18 fighters. BrahMos is developed jointly by India's Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and Russia's NPO Mashinostroyenia. It's powered by a ramjet engine. BrahMos is currently considered one of the most deadly cruise missiles in the world. The reason is its unique features. 1. It has a supersonic speed of Mach 3, or 1 kilometer per second, providing very little time to intercept. 2. BrahMos uses a 300 kilogram or 660 pound semi-armor piercing warhead, and also has very high kinetic energy, since kinetic energy is directly proportional to the square of velocity. BrahMos actually has about 9 times the kinetic energy of conventional subsonic missiles like Tomahawk. The combined destructive force of massive warhead and kinetic energy is lethal, even for the biggest surface warships and bunkers. BrahMos has been known to break ships in half in several tests. 3. It can perform S maneuvers in the final stages of flight. The missile basically doesn't move in a straight line, making it very hard to intercept. 4. There are lots of redundancies in the guidance system, right from the INS, GPS, GLONASS, and GAGN, making it hard to jam. 5. The accuracy of around 1 square meter makes it apt for a precision strike on high-value targets. BrahMos A Air is a modified variant of its basic configuration and specifically designed for air launch. It features several design refinements, which include a lighter propulsion system, weight reduction to 5,500 pounds or 2,500 kilograms from 6,600 pounds or 3,000 kilograms, as well as redesigned fins and nose cap. In January 2014, IAF placed an order to HAL for the integration of the BrahMos onto the Su-30 MKI. Though BrahMos A is lighter than the original BrahMos, it's still a heavy missile, and integration with a fighter aircraft was met with many technical challenges, some of which are listed as follows. 1. A key task was to strengthen the Su-30 MKI's airframe, particularly its underbelly weapon station. New hardpoints and structural modifications were required. 2. Since the BrahMos protrudes beyond the Su-30 MKI's air intakes, it was imperative to ascertain that it did not impede the flow of air into the fighter's engines. This was achieved through computational fluid dynamics modeling. 3. New cockpit controls had to be added for pilots so they can use it while launching the BrahMos. On June 25, 2016, a modified Indian Air Force Sukhoi Su-30 MKI aircraft carried a BrahMos A. This was the first time in the world that such a heavyweight supersonic cruise missile was integrated on a fighter aircraft. In May of last year, BrahMos A was successfully test-fired from a Sukhoi Su-30 MKI. Sukhoi 30 MKI has a combat radius of 800 miles, or around 1,300 kilometers, which can be extended with mid-air refueling or using disposable fuel pods. BrahMos has a range of 185 miles or 300 kilometers. So the strike envelope of the combo is almost 1,000 miles, or around 1,600 kilometers, which means the Chinese warships will be threatened from long distances. But this is not it. There's more to the story. India is now a member of the Missile Technology Control Regime, MTCR, which effectively gives it a free hand in developing or importing long-range missiles from other countries. Before this, Russia could not help or jointly develop a missile with a non-MTCR nation like India, whose range is more than 300 kilometers. This is why the BrahMos range had to be limited below 300 kilometers initially. India and Russia have decided to double the range of BrahMos missile from existing 185 miles, that's 300 kilometers, to 370 miles, that's 600 kilometers. Russian President Putin had stated sometime back, "We have agreed to improve the BrahMos missile, which will be land, air, and sea launched. We will also work to increase its range." As per most strategic experts, the range enhancement will require only minor changes in software and hardware. It's a widely accepted fact that BrahMos always had the ability of a much greater range. It is that now it will be unlocked. Individually, the Su-30 MKI and BrahMos are powerful weapons. But when one of the world's most capable 4+ generation fighters is armed with a uniquely destructive cruise missile, together they are a dramatic force multiplier. Indian Air Force fighters will be able to launch BrahMos from far away and turn back to safety while the missile flies on to do the destruction. Chinese warships could be targeted from different directions by multiple fighters launching BrahMos simultaneously. Since the missile is very fast and is maneuverable, it will be almost impossible to intercept. China has no defense against BrahMos. The fact is that even the United States military, with all its advanced technology, will find this missile very hard to intercept. Hence, it can be concluded that Su-30 MKI, armed with BrahMos, will create a unique challenge for the Chinese Navy.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.